going on YouTube? It's your boy Just Play Jay, back with another video for you guys. And in today's segment, we're gonna talk about how we can install or add ROMs that are over 4 gigabytes. So if you're talking about like games such as God of War 2 or God of War or Jak and Daxter, I think, Ratchet and Clank, any type of game that's over 4 gigabytes, that's what we're going to try and focus on today on the Razer Edge. So unfortunately, there haven't been any updates from Razer to indicate that they're making any changes as far as like formatting your micro SD cards to the eXFAT format. So right now, I think it's still at the FAT32 format, which only supports up to 4 gigabytes of downloaded ROMs. So if you're looking to upload anything beyond that, there is no luck. But in today's video, we're gonna discuss how, at least maybe 3 workarounds to how we can play these games on the Razer Edge. So stay tuned. All right, so the first workaround you can consider is just making sure that you have a micro SD card that was already formatted on another device and that has the preloaded ROMs on the device. So anything, like I said, like God of War or any type of ROMs over 4 gigabytes actually pre-installed on this ROM that's already pre-formatted. Like on any type of Android device. So for example, I have the Retro Pocket Flip. So what I did with this one is I pre-formatted the device, the micro SD card on the Retro Pocket Flip, and actually installed the games on here on this micro SD drive. So if you have, or even if you don't have a Retro Pocket Flip or anything like that, or just something, any type of Android device, like maybe your phone or something like that, make sure that you format the micro SD card on the phone or on your Android device first that supports eXFAT format, and then actually download the ROMs from your favorite website. I'm not going to reveal any type of names. There's plenty of information out there for where to download your ROMs, but make sure you actually have it on your micro SD card prior to putting it into the Razer Flip. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Razer Edge. I'm sorry guys, the Razer Edge. So this is what you want to do. So basically, you just, unfortunately, like I said, not a fan of the micro SD card slot. You'll just take a pin or whatever to open up your micro SD card thing here, the slot, and then you take your micro SD card out, or just put it in. Okay, so I have the 128 gig slot micro SD card here, and then you just gotta be careful putting this thing back in. It's not the easiest, it's not a joy to put this thing in. So just insert that in there, and of course you just power it on. Okay. Now, prior to this video, I already had the games downloaded on here, but what it's gonna do, I think it already recognized car. I've done this before, but okay, you put your password in, which, you know, that's what it is. Okay. And then, unfortunately, well, in this video, it's not gonna, I guess what you have, if you're actually putting your card in for the first time, it's either going to ask you to actually format the SD card, or if you're going to use it as portable storage. And then what you're going to select is to use it as portable storage. And then that way it will read your micro SD card that you had just recently inserted in. And so, let's see. Okay. Yeah. So let me make sure and go to my file manager. Okay, and then what you want to do is, yeah, you go to I recommend that you download the File Manager Plus app from the Google Play Store. It's actually good for kind of reading your files. Find it on here. Oh, here it is. File Manager Plus. Okay, and so here's my micro SD card I inserted. So, of course, you know, you'll see this, and then I'll select this, and I have a couple of ROMs on here, but here are all my PS2 ROMs. So you can see that a lot of these ROMs that I have on here are over 4 gigs, and it's already pre-installed. So if I was to go to like either SX2 to play these games, I can do that. So let's give one of these a go, and let's choose one out of this. I think you already saw God of War 2 in my video, but I'll show God of War 2 again. Oops. Okay, so either SX2, and I already scanned everything, so all of my games are here. So I'll select God of War 2, and yeah. Plus I have a game saved on here. I'm lazy. Okay. Maybe I have a pre-save slot somewhere. Let me see. Let me load a game here. I do. Okay, perfect. Yep. And it works just fine. So that's your first workaround. Just make sure you have the preloaded game, or you download the games from your other device. I am too. Okay. So basically, you just load the games from your other Android device, like your Retro Pocket Flip or your own personal phone, and then you just transfer it to your micro SD card. And then after you load all those games on there, then you transfer to the Razer Edge, and you can just play your games like that. Whether it's Nintendo Switch ROMs that are over 4 gigs, or 3DS ROMs, or maybe some Nintendo Wii ROMs. You just transfer those over to your micro SD card, and you just play it here on the Razer Edge. Okay, so that one works perfectly. So I'm sure, like any type of game that you choose here, whatever you download, I'm sure it's going to work just fine. Okay, let's do a little Resident Evil 4. Do I have a save spot for this? Let's see. No, I do not. Okay. I don't have anything. That's great. But regardless, guys, you see that it's working like that. So that's your workaround to actually get the games on here that you want to play over 4 gigs. I mean, like I said, unfortunately, you can't do it specifically from the device directly, but I mean, it works. Okay, I didn't do the pre-game sets on here, like the widescreen and all that stuff. I'm doing this as a tutorial purpose only, or for educational purposes, I'll say. Okay, let's show some gameplay. Shoot some birds. There's one. Yep. Well, either way, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, at least for the workaround number 1. Now let's get to workaround number 2. Okay, workaround 2 would be just to simply store it on your internal storage drive. So basically, you just create a folder. Of course, using your file manager folder, just go to your main storage, and just create a new folder for like your ROMs. So whatever ROMs, like for example here, I created a Switch folder for like my Switch ROMs, and a lot of them are like over 12 gigabytes or over 4 gigabytes. So basically, I mean, it's not the best option, but if you're really trying to play like some games, like your PS2 games, you just create a PS2 folder or whatever folder for your specific type of console that you're trying to play through emulation. And basically you could do it like that. The only downside with that is that you're just going to be using up a lot of your internal storage to do that, but it's another workaround to at least have a little bit of satisfaction with your gameplay. So that's workaround number 2. That was definitely an easy one, but it's not the best option. Alright, so the third workaround would be to actually format a new micro SD card, again through another Android device, and then actually after formatting that micro SD card, just immediately insert it into the Razer Edge. I've never tried this before, but I want to give it a shot and see if it actually does count as a third workaround. So we'll do this in real time to actually see if this works, so that we can transfer the games over to this micro SD card. If not, then the previous two options would be the best option. So this is the Samsung Evo Select 512 gigabyte card. I bought it off of Amazon for about I think $27, so it's actually pretty much on sale. I think I saw a video from Retro Game Pro where he was promoting, where he was saying that these were on sale, so that's what made me jump on getting this micro SD card, because I actually want to kind of do this test run to kind of see if it works. So maybe people have tried this, maybe people haven't, but I'm actually doing this in this video to actually see if it actually works. So this is a brand new micro SD card, hasn't been formatted, of course, it's still in this package. We're going to remove it from its package, and we're going to try to format it on, I'll actually format it on the Retro Pocket Flip, and then I'm going to immediately take that card out and I'm going to insert it to the Razer Edge, and then I'm going to see if I can actually transfer the games, at least maybe 1 or 2 of the games, over 4 gigabytes to see if it actually works. So what I believe it's going to do is, like, once I insert this card into the Razer Edge, it's going to try to recognize the device, and then what I'll say is to use it as portable storage, and then it should be ready to go. And then hopefully after that, I should be able to, I'm hoping that I can transfer any game over 4 gigabytes onto this card immediately after doing that. So let's see if that is a third workaround. And if it is, then that'll be workaround number 3 for sure. Otherwise, it'll just be a failure, but I just want to kind of do it in real time to see if it actually works. So let's go. All right, so I'm actually opening this package. Need to get some scissors here real quick. Where are my scissors? Trying to find some scissors. I know I have some in one of my drawer here, one of my desk drawers. All right, there we go. We got some scissors up in here. So let me go ahead and clip this in real time. Feels weird doing this on a video, but you know, just want to show you guys I'm real just like everybody else, you know. Not just trying to make a perfect video, and I'm not one for making perfect videos because I know I'm not perfect like that, but I do appreciate all those that are in my community. If any of y'all have not subscribed to my channel or have not hit that like button, be sure to do that, and be sure to subscribe to the page. I try to do tutorials and like gameplays on, you know, my current devices as well as new ones that I may get in the future. And yeah, that's what I do, at least on the ones that are budget handhelds. So for right now, I'm not like every other reviewer. I'm just getting like brand new devices and playing those new devices for each new one that comes out, because I mean, I don't have money like that. I always try to go for the ones that are actually on sale, and that is affordable, because not everybody can afford those devices. For those that can, that's good for you guys. I respect you guys. You guys work hard to earn those devices, but I'm not in that realm quite yet. So I only play what I can. And if I do find something that maybe people want to know about or inquire about, then that's what I do. I just do tutorial videos on things that I may have discovered that may have never shown up on YouTube before. So, and that's what I'm all about. So, respectfully. So again, I'm just turning my Retro Pocket Flip on. I just gotta take my other micro SD card out to format this new one that I just opened up, which is the Samsung 512 gigabyte micro SD card. Oops, I gotta shut this thing off. What am I doing? Okay, I just turned it on, so I gotta turn it right back off because I don't wanna damage my micro SD card, so sorry about that, guys. And as you can see, I'm still a fan of the Retro Pocket Flip. I still, in my opinion, I still think it's better than 2S. Of course, you know, you have the sliders and stuff like that, but it's not a retro video. It's a tutorial for the Razer Edge, but I'm just using the Retro Flip to format my micro SD card. So let me power this off. I don't even know why I turned it on. I mean, I turned it on, of course, to do the formatting, but I didn't take the SD card out. So I'm gonna do that right now. And this is an SP, which is also one of my favorite brands for micro SD cards. And for those that are not aware, if you do get a micro SD card, make sure to get the A2 version, not the A1, because the read and write speeds are a lot faster in the class A2 over the A1s. So if it doesn't say A2 on it, then it's still doable, but you're just going to have slower read and write speeds for those cards. So that's just a little tidbit. Okay. So this is my new Samsung Evo card. So I'm going to format this one. So when I'm turning this thing on for the first time, it's going to format it for me. And it's going to have all the Android information on there. And let's go ahead and power this thing back on again. Okay. All right. And let's see. Just a little bit about me. So, I mean, I've been gaming since I was, you know, a little kid. My uncle introduced me to video games when I was maybe about 5 or 6 years old. And I think, I can't remember, guys, but I was maybe, I'll say, yeah, I don't know if Street Fighter came out around then. No, it was Mario Brothers and stuff. It was Mario Brothers. So Mario Brothers was like one of the first games I played. My uncle introduced me to like Nintendo and stuff like that. And when I played that, I just, you know, fell in love with like games. Of course, as a little kid, it was all about just keeping my head in the books and all that stuff, and, you know, getting good grades and stuff like that. But I was never allowed to play video games until like maybe the Sega Genesis came out. And then when that came out, then I was a Sonic fan through and through. I played that, and I played like Rocket Knight Adventures and like Comic Zone and all those games. The games that we can now play on these little mini devices. It's just amazing how we can do that now on these little devices for like super cheap. And back then it was like hundreds of dollars just to buy, you know, the system itself, and then the games were like 30, 40 bucks. But it's just amazing now that we can just practically play these games for free. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so this is interesting. Did it already format this card? I just put this card in here for the first time. So it actually formatted this card for me, which is so weird. I didn't have to do a thing. So hopefully, yeah, this is weird. I never had to, it didn't format anything for me. It just said, oh, for transferring cards forward with media. So if I go into my File Manager Plus, let me see, it automatically formatted the card for me, which is weird. Okay, so I have, yeah, 706 megabytes of usable, like out of the 513 gigs remaining storage. So it already formatted the card for me. So, which is weird. I didn't have to format it or anything. It automatically did it for me. So, all right. So assuming that this is formatted, I'm not going to put any games on here. I want to test out if I can take this card as it is and stick it in the Razer Edge and then actually transfer the games from there and see if that works. So let's see if that would be a workaround for us, guys. We'll see. So this is all in real time, or as I'm making this video. This is actually not live, but I'm just recording the video as I'm doing this. Okay. So I powered it off. I'm gonna, yeah, I wish they would have just had like a different way of taking out this. That's the only downside to this flip, is just taking out the micro SD card. But okay. And luckily I have decent sized nails to. Okay. Oops. All right. So this is my 512 gigabyte card. And let's see if I can make an adventure out of adding files to this thing. I don't know what this is. Get out of that. Let me shut this down again. I'm gonna take out the other SD card that I had the PS2 games on, and I'm gonna insert this freshly formatted micro SD card. Again, I'm not a fan of this. Now, if they had made it to where I could just stick the micro SD card in, where it's just a, you know, push in, push out type of thing, then it would have been so amazing. And I feel like this should only be meant for like the 5G versions because of the SIM cards that are optional for those, but not for this one in particular, because this is the Wi-Fi version of the Razer Edge. I mean, granted, I still love this thing, but I mean, it's too much of a hassle to take the micro SD card out of it and put it in as well too, so it's a little bit of work. So let's cross our fingers and hope that this works. Just put in my little passcode, blah blah blah. I'm sure y'all saw it already, so. Now, let's see if I can do something special with this. It's weird that, okay, so now it's showing 11.5 megabytes. Okay, so surprisingly this thing, oh, so it says tap to set up. Let's set it up. Okay, so it says how would I like to use this card? So basically just use it as portable storage, or let me see something. Let me see if I can set it up later, okay? And let's see if we can just literally just go in here and transfer the file. I'm just gonna take one of my games from my internal storage. Let's see if I can transfer the file over. Maybe that could be a workaround. Let's see. Let me try. Okay, so it looks like Hades is a decent transfer. So if we do so Hades is 6.17 gigabytes. So let me do a copy. Let me go straight home and let's go into the SD card and let me create a new folder. And then folder, and we'll call it switch. Okay. TCH. Okay, that's done. Folder created successfully. And let's go ahead and paste it. Okay, so far it seems like it's going through, but I didn't say use it as portable storage. I didn't, but it's recognizing the file. Okay, it's moving faster than I thought. Okay, good. Because I was hoping that it wouldn't take forever to just transfer this file, but I wanted to kind of show you guys in real time if this actually does work or not. So again, I'm moving it from my internal storage into this micro SD card, and I'm trying to see if this actually is a decent workaround to where it will actually be a thing to where we can actually play the games without having to do all the extra stuff. Oh, I mean, of course the extra stuff is, you know, formatting from a different device, but I want to see if this actually happens in real time. But if this is a thing to where I can just actually download the stuff and then just transfer it over to my micro SD card without actually having to format it, you know, in like EXFAT format from this device, you know. I mean, but this is like like I said, the simple workaround. So I'm just trying to see if it actually completes. So far it's actually transferred over 4 gigs. So that's actually pretty good. That's actually a good sign. But the only now we just have to see if we can. But I'm afraid if I do set it up as portable storage, that it may not do that. But we're trying to see if we can avoid just setting it up as portable storage and actually being able to read this directly from the SD card without the setup. So after I after I transfer this game over, and if it does transfer over successfully, then we can see if it's actually plays from emulator, like from the Skyline or the Yuzu emulator. Well, preferably the Skyline because. But let's see. Okay, it transferred. Okay, so we got a workaround. So that looks like a decent workaround. But we can't say that it's been a full success yet. But look, you can see that 6.2 gigabytes from 513. Okay, so we didn't set it up just yet. See, so it says tap to set up. We didn't set it up, and it's not being used as portable storage right now. So if we let's try something. Let's try something here. So I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna go into Skyline. All right, and this is from my internal storage here. This is reading from my internal storage. So I want to try and do a search location, and let's see if I can have it read from the disk. Okay. Okay, so it has my folders. Let's go to switch and see there's one game. So let's use this folder. Allow, just click allow, and let's go back. Okay. So we do have a workaround, guys. Okay, so let me just go ahead and test out this game. Okay, so that's good. That's good news, guys. So I found another workaround. So as long as you don't, if you have a card that, let's see, hold on. It's freezing up in time for me. Oh no, wait for it. Oh, look at that. Okay, it might freeze up on me, but I still haven't done configurations for this thing. But okay, so let's do a recap, guys. I just showed you guys this in real time. This is awesome. And this is something I didn't even know I could do. So, it froze. It froze, don't worry about it. Some games I'm still trying to figure out how to work on Skyline. There's configurations I have to work on here. But at least we know that it does its thing. It froze up on me. I should have downloaded another game that would work, but I'll get it. Okay, let's close this app. Okay, so again, for those that were not following, what I did was I thought that it was going to format on my RetroPocket Flip. Or like I said, you could use like your phone or whatever. I just use my RetroPocket Flip because I know it supports, you know, downloading ROMs over 4 gigabytes, you know, for each, you know, for your games or whatever. And so what I did was I put that micro SD card in there, and then I took the SD card out, and then I inserted it into the Razer Edge. And then, unfortunately, I mean, I didn't have to set it up, because if I did, it would do this. But I just say, you know what? I'm not going to worry about using this portable storage. So I said, I'm just going to set it up later. And so it's not even an issue. For some reason, it still reads. It's still reading the card. So if you can ignore that this icon is still sitting here, but maybe some people may not ignore it, it reads my SD card just fine. And so what I did was I took one of my games from internal storage, which was my Switch games. So anything, I tried, using Hades as an example, but I forgot that Hades freezes up on me every now and again. It's just a game specifically per se, so, but any game over, like unfortunately I don't have any PS2 games on here because I used up a nice portion of storage for this particularly. But let me see, do I have any games on here that may, I do not. Let me see, let me go to my downloads. Okay, nope. Okay. No, but I want to just kind of give you an example of me transferring a game that was over 6 gigabytes. So I used a game that was over 6 gigabytes, which was over 4 gigabytes, which was Hades, which was 6.17 gigabytes of total storage or whatever, total capacity or whatever you want to call it. And I transferred it over to my SD card. So after doing a full download, it came up to be 6.2 gigabytes. And I was able to actually play the game from it. So without actually setting it up as portable storage. So this is actually a good workaround to download your games, to actually transfer your games over. So if you do set it up, then I'm afraid that it might not allow it to, okay. All right, I'm gonna try it just for you guys. I'm afraid to do it, but I'll set up as portable storage. And it says my card is ready to use, okay? So let's transfer another game. Let's see if this works. I'm doing this for you guys because you probably may ask and say, if I did do it, then what would happen? So let's do the Legend of Zelda, right? Okay, Legend of Zelda is 7.99 gigs. So I'm gonna copy this over to my main storage. And if y'all can see that, let's go to my SD card. Let's go to my folder. Let's put it there, and let's paste it up. Okay, let's see if it does the trick. Now this is about 8 gigs, okay? You guys have seen this in real time. I would do a fast forward, but you guys see the process as it is, so y'all know I'm not joking around or anything like that, but let's see if this works. And again, if you do get a micro SD card, make sure it's a class A2, because you can see that the rewrite speeds are a little bit faster. Hoping to get through this. Hopefully it takes a couple more minutes to get through this process. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it goes over 4 gigabytes. If it goes over 4 gigabytes, then we know that this is a completely successful workaround, and that you can press, you can set up as portable storage after you format it on another device. So we'll see if this works. I haven't seen anybody do a video about this just yet. The Razer Edge. So if anybody has a Razer Edge 5G, or if anybody has thought about this, so okay, let's see. It's at 3.84. So I'm hoping it goes over 4 gigs. Ooh. Uh-oh. Did I find something for you guys? Did I find something? Hopefully I did. And if you like this video, please hit that like button for sure. I'm trying to grow my community for real. I'm doing this in real time without trying to review a thousand devices because I don't have it like that. But if I do, I'll be sure to do that in the future. But I'm seeing something. I think we made a breakthrough because I didn't think I would be able to do this. So yeah, that's okay. Okay, let's see. Hopefully it pulls through. Hopefully it pulls through. Hopefully it pulls through. I think we may have found something. Again, unfortunately, Razer didn't provide an update for this to where you can just do this without having to use another device to think for the to create the memory card for you. But I mean, for those that are very anxious on trying to play like the God of War 2s and all that stuff, this is the best way. This is actually a great way to do it. And again, those micro SD cards on Amazon are fairly cheap now, so I'm just waiting for this thing to hit 100% and to actually see a successful download. But we've hit over that 4 gig. We did it. Is it in there? Can we do it? Is it gonna? Oh! Wow. We did it, guys. We did it. 2 games downloaded. 2 games. And I used the portable storage setup, so it's in there. That's the SD card. So we can easily transfer anything over 4 gigs on this card. There was no special gimmicks. There was no rooting, no nothing. Whatever to transfer your files. All I did was simply use one of my other gaming devices, and I did the format on there. And then, like I said, I took the SD card out and just stuck it in here in the Razer Edge. And unless they secretly have an update that I don't know about, but this is the easiest workaround. So I tricked my device to thinking that it's the Retro Pocket 3, the Retro Pocket Flip, or had that, because it has that Android memory on the SD card. And then I just transferred over to this one and just said, hey, just use this portable storage. And now I can download my games on here. And no lie, guys, look at that. I have 513 gigs, 14.2 gigabytes of it used up already. So you saw it before your own very eyes that I was able to find a way to download games or ROMs over 4 gigabytes. So for anybody that doesn't know how, be sure to share this video with your colleagues, anybody that has a Razer Edge or whatever, and hopefully this was helpful. And I'm glad that I was able to at least make it educational for those that were having issues of playing your game, playing those games that you want to play without using your internal storage or whatever. This is the best way to do it. So if you have any other requests, please let me know in the comments. What do you think about this video? Did y'all find a new workaround that I didn't know about this video? Please let me know in the comments below. Again, I'm Just Play Jay, and I am amazed right now. This is my first time doing this. Y'all saw it in real time. And wow, I'm amazed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.